Okay, what I've got here is I've got my water that I collected from my water collection point down that direction. If you watch the winter video, you'll see where the water collection point is and what it looks like. It's basically just rain runoff. So there shouldn't be too much filtering involved and just boiling to get it clean. I've got my fire tin kit, my fire tin right here. I'll show you the contents of it in just a second. And I've got our campsite here, which isn't very developed because I've got this nifty little pop-up tent, so I don't really need much shelter built. I am going to go over shelter next week whenever I have my brothers out here because I'm teaching them shelter. So fire tin kit, what I suggest for it is you know, a good thing of matches, in which these aren't good matches, they're actually really cruddy matches. They went bad, actually. They come in this neat little waterproof tube, and they're supposed to be emergency matches, but look what happens when you try and, I stuck the strikers at the back of my tin here. This is what happens when you try and strike them. Nothing. Leaves little red marks sitting on it. Doesn't do anything. So, always have a contingency plan if your matches fail. You know, of course I've got my handy dandy Bic lighter. I'm not going to use that though because that's just too easy. That's just too easy. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to pull open this fire tin, and I've got Gorilla Tape wrapped around it right now. Gorilla Tape, I don't know if a lot of people know this, but the glue on the tape itself, this stuff right here, is actually flammable. It's actually like extremely flammable, so if you pull it into thin strips you can actually burn this stuff. So I keep that on there. But my favorite item that I've got, complete just favorite item that I've got, I actually self-made. It is well, I didn't make the ferrocerium rod. I bought the ferrocerium rod and magnesium. The magnesium, it's what I've got in here is cotton balls. I've got some cotton balls in here, yeah. But the main event of those cotton balls is these guys. Okay? They sell this stuff called Surefire. And all it is essentially a cotton ball soaked in petroleum jelly and a few other little ingredients that they patented. You know, otherwise it'd just be too easy. They'd never market it. They've got it patented to where there's a few other ingredients in there, but essentially it's petroleum and cotton. All right. And all you're gonna do with this stuff is you're gonna pull it apart like so, just like this. All right. Pull it apart to where you can get to the cotton, where the cotton's nice and thin. Okay. Try and pull the petroleum apart too, to where it's shredded out like this. Alright, just as a cotton ball, it ain't gonna work. As you can see, I've already collected my sticks over here. my stuff over there. Then you're just gonna take your ferrocerium rod. Now, not a lot of people know about ferrocerium rods. These are actually really, really neat tools. Okay. Basically, how they work is you hold your knife in place over top, just like this, and you pull back on the rod itself. Your knife shouldn't be moving much of anywhere. Now, for this instance, I've got some extra cotton balls in here because they pull apart really easily and they actually catch up really well. They just don't stay lit. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to mix this in here, get the petroleum mixed into it really well, because I think I might actually put too much petroleum in this one. Get it mixed up really well in there, get it pulled apart, get that petroleum really, really, really mixed into the cotton. Get that cotton really pulled apart where it's really, really fine. Just fine shredded. Alright. Set that back down. There we go. We got fire. Alright, this right here will burn for about 20 minutes. So I'm in no real hurry to get my wood on top of it. But you always want to kind of hurry. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get the smaller branches and just go ahead and start building up on top of that, so that we can get a nice little fire going. Alright. And then I've got some stuff here that I've burned before that I can throw up on here. Alright. It's already kind of charred, so it should catch up pretty quick. Now all this stuff I just collected off the ground. It's been dry recently. If it's wet, you want to kind of look high for dead branches. Like, that little tree right there is dead. This little guy, right here in front of us, right there, he's dead. That's a dead tree. That's good burning fuel, okay? Now, you got all your branches on here and stuff. It's burning decently. You don't want to smother it. You want to make sure it's got enough air, okay? So you want to let that catch up, which you've just put on there while you're breaking other stuff up, okay? Now all this little stuff here is basically just going to be embers for your fire, okay? I can already feel the heat coming off of that. That's nice. That's going to be a good fire. Alright, now you want to start trying to place some larger sticks on there to actually build your fire pile. Just kind of let that set on there. And you may have to direct the fire around and get it catch up evenly. What I mean by that is, if it's only on one side of the fire like it is now and not really catching the other side, come to the other side of it one strong, slow breath. Will help to push it to the other side. Alright. There we go. We got us a fire now. You can start adding bigger and bigger stuff to it, or if you want to increase the ember size for boiling water or cooking or something like that, you go right ahead and you place the smaller branches on there. Get the thing built up to where it's going to be a rock solid fire. Alright? You're going to hear me say rock solid a lot. What I mean by rock solid is, if it is going to work, okay? It is going to work. You're going to hear me say rock solid quite a bit throughout this course. Throughout the courses I give to my students, through my videos on YouTube, until I get my website built. That's a green stick. And I actually have to branch off from YouTube because they're wanting to charge me because I'm so popular. I hope to get there one day. I'm pretty sure I will. I hope so. I've seen others do it with less talent and less knowledge. I'm not calling anyone out, because everyone is a professional on YouTube who actually gets paid to do it. If they've gotten big enough to where they can make their own website, you know, good on them. I'm happy for them. They're acting as Americans, and they're doing what they need to do to survive. And essentially, that is what it is all about, is surviving. No matter what other people's feelings towards you are, as long as you can make it, and you know you're making it, that's the American way. Alright. So, now that I'm off my little soapbox, little soapbox of horrors there. Sorry about that, folks. That is a hot fire. It is up high too. There's a decent amount of fuel on here. I don't think it's really hot enough yet to boil anything or cook anything with. But we're getting there. Hopefully my snare is going to catch something pretty soon. I'm getting kind of hungry. Alright, so that is your campfire. There's other ways to do it, bow drills, stuff like that. However, I say if you're doing your camping expedition or you're going out hunting or something like that, take a fire kit with you. You know, if you happen to be driving down the road and it ends up like this past winter with 285, then, you know, keep a little bag in your car. That way you can make a fire if you need to. Or you can make shelter if you need to, or anything. You know, so you can make, period. That concludes the fire segment. I'm going to go into water purification next, and hopefully after that I'll have caught something in my snare. But if not, we'll have to come back to field dressing and cooking in the morning. That's it.